That was a fast 20 seconds.
And then there's a little leeway where it unmutes and
dumps
us out.
And then it's like, here you are.
Come bursting out of a slide at the playground.
Yeah, here's Kool-Aid. Yo, Kool-Aid.
Antisocial experience number 135. Nick.
Jimmy.
Back again. East Coast of the United States on this wonderfully hot day.
Fucking hot, dry, like the rest of the last month and a half's been.
Right. Coming out to you. What do we, Americana Hogwash.
Yeah.
That's a good title.
Yeah, we did well on the fly. As usual.
It's doable, man. It's workable. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I even had topics today, man. How about that, huh? Like
yeah,
I was like I was prepared for class or something.
Prepared for class.
Yeah. Like good job, Jimmy.
All right, jumping right in. A few things. There was a fast radio burst found. Now they found these all over space.
Okay.
And NASA. Okay, we're not even gonna go into the fake space is fake thing, flat Earth. Fuck that. That's a dumb, been hammered home and proven wrong argument. At least in my mind.
Same.
But no, NASA detected it's like a fast radio burst with some of their radio telescope equipment, but instead of outside of the Milky Way, it's inside it. What does that mean? I don't know. It's one of the closest ones they've ever detected to Earth. Don't know what that means in the long run, so definitely don't panic.
No, I'm probably not going to.
Right. Well, no, some people do, though.
Oh, I know.
Oh, we had a near-miss asteroid, and they're, like, prepping.
Yeah.
Like, for what? How are you going to doomsday prep for that?
You don't.
You don't.
No, you can't dig a hole deep enough, man.
Other than that, there's a few things coming up. I, myself, enjoy astronomy. I have a telescope. There's others out there. Which one was it? I gotta actually look this up. There's gonna be a meteor shower coming soon from, I think, is it the 9th to the 12th?
Oh, really? My girlfriend's into this stuff.
Well, we'll put it out there.
Yeah.
Let me
I can't ever see nothing. I always just get disappointed. Maybe I have bad eyes.
The Perseid meteor shower. So, it starts up this week. 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. on August 11th to the 12th. So 2 days. Perseid meteor shower. I didn't do the Perseid one, but I can tell you a few years back that I did some time lapses with my GoPro and my actual this camera that one of the cameras we're using for the show today. I did a time lapse with it and time lapse with the GoPro Hero 4 White or what I don't know, a GoPro of the Orionid meteor showers. Pretty impressive, dude. Like a lot of stuff coming in from the same direction.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Like more shooting stars than you'd care to count.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever seen was that supermoon happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like
those happen a lot more frequent than people keep track of it once. How many? It happens multiple times a year.
Oh, really? Like I thought this one was something special. Like it only came around every
supermoon of all moons.
Yeah. Like it was like the Death Star showing up or something. Dun, 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 yeah.
Could you imagine that?
No, no.
What do you do? What do you do when that happens? Whenever something pulls in parts like near Earth orbit where you can just see it looming in the sky, night or day, it's there.
I'm dressing in my full stormtrooper outfit I have, straight up, dude. I'll just walk out. I'll just follow right in with them, fall in line. I've seen Star Wars enough times. I know how to march. They're not.
They're not?
Nope.
It's real?
It's real.
That's a, what is that called? A journalism piece?
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
All the movies, comics, it's all real.
Yeah, it's all real, man. I believe it.
You would think, though, the value of some of those toys from back then, the original characters.
I have them.
And the metal Transformers. Do you have any of those?
I don't do the Transformers.
Do you ever see them though?
Oh yeah, dude. I've held, an Optimus Prime a few times. It goes for big bucks. Now you're probably looking at like $600 toy right there for the metal Optimus Prime.
Right, but beat up or not?
Yeah. Well, even beat up, you're probably still looking $300-$400.
I had the boombox.
Yeah.
And then the little tape that went in them.
Yeah, dude. That tape, if you still have it, I'll bet you that tape alone's worth $300-$400.
Did everybody lose that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Do you remember Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Okay, remember Krang, how he had that suit?
Mm-hmm.
There was a toy of the suit It was like that big, but everybody always lost the crank from the inside. Well, a couple years back, people were giving me just stuff from kids, like when they were good. And I got one and it still had the crank in it. I got like $150 out of this thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Crazy stuff. Getting to our first topic in line. Where do you want to take it, man?
The old rumor mill.
Not the rumor mill?
Well, not the rumor mill, I guess.
The collectibles.
Yeah. Oh, I guess either or.
Yeah.
We could go, I guess collectibles would be, I guess, good place to go from there, huh?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Rough segue, people. Rough segue.
Right. I just noticing lately, in the last couple years even, like, I've been a collector for 20, 25 years now. And, like, I don't know, you used to be able to go to yard sales, and, everything was a quarter a dime, yada, yada. And I know things have went up, you know what I mean? Inflation, obviously, with everything, and people want more money. But, like, all of a sudden, these shows, American Pickers, the Toy Hunter, the Pawn Stars, all this stuff comes out.
Right.
And it makes everybody think that their, Betty Crocker plastic butter case from '94 is worth $300.
Right.
So now, like,
Mrs. Butterworth's glass bottle.
Yeah, and now, like, you're going to these yard sales, and it's like, here's this broken record player I paid $50 for. It's broken now, but I still want $30 for it because it's got to be worth something.
I paid $50 for it. I want
$100 for it. Yeah. It's broken, but like it's vintage now. Well, like, no, it's not. Like, just because it's old doesn't mean it's worth anything at all.
Well, actually, I have a slight story about that. Funny you say that. The way you said it. With the 50, I want 80 or whatever.
Yeah.
I want 100. I had a guy who I just ran into him. He's like, "Oh, you collectible stuff?" I'm like, "No, there's just a couple things I want because I want it for a show that I do. I'm going to try and I want to eventually record an episode on reel to reel to check out the quality of it. Versus high quality digital,
right.
Audio like we record to now. Just wanted to record to that and then transfer that over to digital and then upload it just to see
what the difference would be. That's a cool idea, actually.
Make a video about it, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I got some reel reels." I'm like, "All right, you want to sell them?" "Yeah, I got them pretty cheap. You can get them cheap." And I forget what he paid for it. Like, whatever he paid for the both of them.
He wanted for one of them.
No, he wanted like triple for one what he paid for both of them. Like, he's like, "I paid $25, but I want $75 for this one." And I'm like, "Are they worth that?" Like, I don't think.
I don't know. I've never like eBayed or anything like that, but like, or like, a reel to reel. Obviously, I've eBayed before, but like, I've just never looked into those.
Does it work? I don't know. I know on this one, the one button stuck.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Yeah, it's a broken piece of equipment at that point.
I'm not desperate for it. I'm not going to do this anytime within the next few years, but I do want to get one.
Right.
It's like they're easy to find.
Yeah, obviously, if you have two of them sitting right here.
I'll take this much for it, then it's like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, I did buy one just to buy one. But
No, and like I run into this all the time, you know what I mean? Like we want to deal with people, and some people it's super easy to deal with. Other people it's like, no, that's what the price guy says. That's what it's worth. It's like, yeah, okay, that's what the price guy says. I get it. But like the corner of that box is ripped. Like, you know what I mean? There's tears there. There's this, that. Like, like it hurts it, man.
The only stock I put into it, the price guide says it's worth this, is when it's something that's been properly graded and has a certificate.
Exactly.
It's in a case, it hasn't been touched.
Exactly.
That's the only thing that actually, if you're going to get into collecting, that's what holds value, in my opinion.
And like, I can't afford to get everything I have graded because it would cost me $10 million to get everything.
That's the thing. If you have stuff, you know that it costs money to get it graded, and you're not going to get it all graded.
No. And like,
you're going to get graded what's worth it.
Yeah. And like, I only use those price guides to get like a general idea of where it's at. And then I usually, like, depending on the price of it, if it's a $10 item, obviously I'm not dropping $10. But if it's let's say the item's $36, I'm going to probably sell it for $26, $28. You know what I mean? Like,
which is understandable.
Yeah, and fair, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to get top dollar, and I just like these top dollar people, and it's like, buddy, it's not there.
Do you know another culprit? The Antique Roadshow.
Oh, dude, that's the classic culprit, actually.
Right. That was before Pawn Stars.
That's before any of that. Yeah, that is like the OG one. You know what I mean? That started it.
You know what I call it?
What?
Americana Hogwash.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's just amazing. Like I said, I go to these yard sales anymore, and I'm looking at stuff, and I'm like, real, like I can get this in the store for $2 more for a brand new one. Like,
right,
no,
right, no, yeah, I've seen that. Like I never didn't pay much attention to it. I don't personally do much yard selling, but
yeah, I do just for the store. You know what I mean? Like if I find something good, like I don't know, my big thing this summer, just because there hasn't been many yard sales, was that I Love Lucy blanket I found. I got it for $3. I knew it was older. I knew it was whatever. I ended up selling it for $63. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's a good turnaround.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean? It really is.
Or even when you have something, like you want to know what's surprising and what people pay, like not all people, but what some people will pay big money for is the old metal toys, like the big trucks, the cranes, the
robots.
Yeah.
Old metal robots. I have a good story about a metal robot. My old man had one from when he was a kid. Still had it in a box. The chest flipped open, had lights, did a couple sounds, you know what I mean? I think there was...
The one that you could put oil in that would smoke?
No, it wasn't that one. Like I said, the chest just flipped open and like guns and shut out. A guy from Brazil bought it off me for $1,500.
That's crazy.
That was my biggest eBay sale of my life. That was the biggest one I've ever had.
That's wild stuff, dude. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and then he was in Brazil. It cost him $300 to get it there because of shipping.
So that's an that's an $1,800.
And dude, he was willing to go up to freaking $2,500. He said for it, and I was like, well, like nobody else is like, you know what I mean?
Was touching that,
nobody. Once he bid up to 15, nobody was touching him.
They were done. Right?
Yeah, and that's what when I was emailing him, he's like, buddy, I had 25 sitting here for it all day because he's like, I was a kid, I wanted it.
Well, that's the thing. That's the way it should kind of be too. That where do you draw the line? Do you know what I mean? When there's something you really want, or something, a collectible, something you've been looking for a while, obviously you don't bankrupt yourself and ruin your whole life trying to get it.
And it's hard to sometimes, to believe me.
Right.
Especially when you see good deals, you're like, man, I could, but like even today, every day I run across one where it's like, whoa, but I gotta watch my money, you know?
I don't look at reselling stuff. I look at getting it at a deal.
Yeah. I find things, like lots of things, where I can pick out a few things I don't have and then resell the rest to make some of my money back. That's my always
building your collection.
Building my collection while getting some of my money back.
For a new collector, okay, since you're more into this than I am, okay. For a new collector out there, if you were going to get into it today, you can literally, I mean, people collect anything.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Yeah.
What's some hot items that are out today, like
trendy items? There's these things called amiibos that Nintendo and stuff makes, which are basically these
little figurine
statues, you know, of all the Marios, Solid Snake from Metal Gear. Right. Yeah, they're a big thing right now. Pez dispensers always, obviously, like that's always a big one.
Have you ever looked how many Pez dispensers there are?
Yeah, dude, I had, that's what, before action figures, that's what I started with. Before my collection was done, I had 173 Pez dispensers, and I didn't even touch anything.
No.
Yeah, and that's why I quit with Pez dispensers, and that's why I quit with Star Wars, because there's so much stuff out there, never ever even going to come close. Now with the Game of Thrones, I am getting close to, you know what I mean? Like, right, I'm believing it. Yeah.
Understandable. But like, the Star Wars, like, what? Because there's some people, if I understand it correctly, there's some people that only like the original stuff. From the original, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, and that's the only stuff I've kept.
Then other people, like, there's people that like that, but also like
the original trilogy.
From Phantom Menace and that, yeah. And then people that just collect it all.
Yeah, and my suggestion, if you're gonna like just start, and like you start with Star Wars, pick a toy line. Like there's the Black Series, there's this series, or just pick a series, go with that, and then pick another one and go with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, say that makes sense.
Yeah,
there.
Set yourself goals basically.
I'm gonna jump up here. Oh, we have a couple of the same message from restarting it. It's just chat is ready.
Oh, I gotcha.
That,
I'm like,
that default message, yeah.
I'm like, oh, somebody's
There's
talking.
no way to actually clear it. I don't think I can delete it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyhow, no, I think that's a good way to do it. Find something. Because I ran down the road of collecting at one point. It was like, obviously, I think any kid, like mainly guys. I'm not saying girls can't do it, but
my girlfriend's a big collector actually.
Like sports cards. Like I started out with football, baseball cards, stuff like that. Moved on from that kind of dumped that. I didn't get too deep in that. I didn't have a lot invested. But
you don't seem like a big sports guy though.
I used to be.
You used to be?
Yeah, when I was younger, I played soccer.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Basketball not in high school. I didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, no. After that, I got into comics, and not all comics, not popular comics, just comics from like one guy that did it, and only stuff that this dude had drawn. And then he got and I thought it was his originally. Then I did research, and he just rehashed a comic from the 80s. Oh,
okay.
But did it much better art.
Can I ask what it was?
It was Michael Turner's Fathom. He ended up doing, I think, Dragonfly was another one, and he had also done some of the art for, I forget in the Witchblade series.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, I think he died from pancreatic cancer, possibly.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's like, I have a stack of, I'm big into the Punisher. Like, I always liked the Punisher because he didn't have any mutant powers. He was just a straight badass that was mad. You know what I mean?
Like
there was
Batman, but not as many gadgets.
Right. He was just pissed off and trained really well, and like he could keep up with anybody. But dude, I still have a stack of Punisher comics this big. Like, I love it. Like,
which is that Marvel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. And they just did that series. It was on Netflix. It's a shame it got canceled, but I'm hearing they're making a movie with the same guy, that John Barenthal, that was in The Walking Dead and stuff like that.
So he was the Punisher.
He was the Punisher, dude, and nobody's ever portrayed the Punisher better. Like, nobody's ever.
One guy they just did the movies with.
Thomas Jane?
I think.
He did. Well, Thomas Jane did one, and then that Ray Stevenson did the Warzone one. But are you talking about the one with John Travolta in it?
I can't remember.
Yeah, the one with Thomas Jane, he wasn't bad. The one with Dolph Lundgren was horrible.
Not the one from years ago.
No. But this new series, like, if you haven't watched it, my mom even liked it. Like, and he's bashing skulls, and she liked it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I dig it. That one I did anyhow. But no, I just comics, and I started getting it. I got the whole run, basically like the first. Before he started, and he went on hiatus for a while, and that always seemed to happen. And once I saw that happen, I was like, oh, I wonder what other comics went on hiatus. And then I tried collecting them, like Battle Chasers, that had trouble getting published and the people getting it out. And then I'm like, oh, variant covers. So I started down that road, and they wanted some ridiculous prices for stuff that wasn't even hot or popular at that point. And I'm just like, nah, hung it up.
Yeah. No, I can definitely it gets pricey.
Yeah, no, I'm not a collector, man. I'm not that hardcore.
Yeah, no, it gets pricey.
Speaking of, the one thing is what you said about the rumor mill. It's always chugging away.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, especially in a small town.
Oh yeah, the smaller the town, the bigger the mill they seem to install.
Yeah. And boy, this one has this one here has it all, buddy. This one here has it all.
But no, it's like telephone. You ever play that as a kid?
Yeah.
I forget what grade it was, but the teacher's like, we're going to play a game. And they went, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell somebody. They're going to tell the person next to him we're sitting in a circle.
Exactly.
And it went the whole way around the room. That's telephone, right?
Yep.
I'm not mistaken?
I'm sure that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And then by the end, the story that the teacher told was completely different.
Yeah, what the teacher told to the first person.
Gone.
When it got back around, just...
Gone. Yeah.
Lost in translation.
Yeah, completely, man. Sometimes it was a completely different story.
Which is, and I'm not being harsh, not being mean. Do not take it that way. But that's kind of like the Bible.
Yeah.
It's the longest running game of telephone ever.
It really
can be.
Yeah.
And that's not a hit against it.
No.
Nothing like that. But if you think about it, the people writing it was written years after events happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So stuff handed down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying don't put your faith or trust in a book like that.
No, I get what you're saying. It's just, there's definitely probably some stuff that was lost in translation there.
Similarity.
Yeah.
Between the game and the book, I think. With how they're played, how it was written.
Yeah, I mean, this week, I had this.
Well, I hope I don't get any hate for that. But
I don't think you should. You didn't knock anything. It's just you're just using an example of, it's like our history. Our history is the same thing, man. Somebody wrote it later on, after events happen.
History is definitely.
Yeah.
a game of telephone.
Yeah. It's a screw. Like, we go over to Japan and like, or anything like that. Their World War II history is going to be way different than how we see it.
Imagine that job. Okay. Or not that job, but time travel becomes a thing. Can't really go forward, but you can go back, right?
Right.
The time that already happened. And I think they can do it the other way, go forward but not back. But regardless, let's change the rules of science. Let's start a rumor. You ready?
Yep.
You can't go forward, you can only time travel back. You get the job of going back with like whatever. Camera phone, high video camera, pick, Sony digital camera, mirrorless, whatever, DSLR. You got to go back and record it how it happened. Like, you kind of know these events are going to go down, so you would have an upper hand to know where to be.
Right.
Checking out how the pyramids were built.
Checking out what happened at the Alamo.
JFK, all of it. Imagine that job. You getting hazard pay for this shit?
You should. You're getting muskets fired at you in some spots. Right. I'm not trying to get I'm trying not to get the bone saw today, you know what I mean? Like, no.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you get back in the middle of that and...
like you get plotted down in Gettysburg.
Get out there, boy. Get out there and record it.
Yeah. Oh. No, not this guy.
No.
Dude, when there's enough lead in the air, and there's like, if you go to Gettysburg, I'm sure, have you been there?
There's still fun. You can still go find stuff.
Right, but there's so much lead in the air. They have more than one bullets where they hit each other in the air and wrapped around each other. These musket balls, dude. Do you know how much lead has to be in the air for that to happen?
A lot?
Yeah. a lot.
I mean, unless there's like friends or brothers on opposite side. All right.
Yeah, dude. Still, the odds of that is just
still,
yeah.
Even if you're trying.
That's what I mean. Musket fire so off too. Once it's from me to you away, it's kind of over. I don't even know if I'd hit you from here.
Yeah, that's got to be a lot of.
Dude,
it's like a lead salad.
That's literally like it's unbelievable, kind of.
Lead salad.
Yeah, it's craziness.
Like there's so many you can go buy them.
You can't buy that. They're in the museum part of it. So like they're in the case.
They got quite a few where they hit.
Yeah, where they connected. Yeah, and it shows and it just shows where the bullets were found. Like Devil's Den was one of them. Little Round Top was another one. You know what I mean? Where the bigger battles happen, but it just shows you how big that battle actually was.
Right. I'm gonna flip it back out there. Nothing in the chat. No, and I think that would be a crazy job.
Yeah.
Going back, record these events. We're going to compare it to see how right we got it.
Yeah, and I'll bet you we'd be doing a lot of erasing.
Or whatever, man. Like whatever your little machine is, whether phone booth, Bill and Ted it.
Yeah, it's got to be a phone booth. It's got to be. Yeah, oh yeah, I'd take a DeLorean too, I guess.
Yeah, right. Your DeLorean, you just finally get it stopped and a fucking T-Rex bites the tire off. Right.
Or it gets hit by a train, like in the best Western ever, Back to the Future 3.
Went a little far back, boys.
It's like, what, Back to the Future 3 and then Tombstone, 2 best Westerns ever made.
Yeah, no, I could just see that. You'd have to get something for that.
Dude, if you're time traveling alone, there's probably, a lot of risks in it in itself. And the travel in itself, just getting there.
Yeah.
And then getting back. Like,
I'm not a scientist.
No, and how much money is it really worth if you're traveling back in time? Like, do you get the money you're traveling back in time to? Like, are they paying you
no.
Civil War money? Like, do I got here's 10 grand in Confederate bonds? Go get yourself a nice house.
There was a movie about that.
Oh, really?
Time traveling back to trying. I mean, they've done it a few times, but the 12 Monkeys.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen that in so long. Is that what that was about?
Yeah, they were sending him back trying to figure out what happened with the virus and everything.
Okay, yeah.
Trying to either stop it if you can or collect what information you can to help us figure it out. Yeah, and he was like a prisoner, and he would get time off of his sentence.
That's right.
Back. That was part of the plot. There was a lot more to it.
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Not only that, like, dude, the Terminator series.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Do you have an opinion on that? Like, they just totally, like, Terminator 1, then T2 with little Eddie Furlong.
Yeah.
And Arnold are in it. And then all these other movies happen. And then they come back and write this other one, Dark Fate, which just, like, totally lays to waste that whole universe they created there.
I didn't see Dark Fate.
Yeah, you didn't see it yet?
No.
Oh, shit, yeah. They basically... They wrote it as it continues from where T2 left off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it just totally skips over all the
all the other stuff,
that happened in Rise of the Machines, Genesis, everything else. It just didn't happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's kind of where it takes over.
Huh. Well, so they like completely disbanded all those movies then.
Pretty much, yeah.
In a sense. Oh.
I mean, and it was good in its own right.
Is Arnold in it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, I think they did. I mean, it was also...
Is Edward Furlong in it?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think he was a little too whacked.
Yeah,
a little too... Who knows?
I heard he was like off his rocker now.
Yeah. So I think maybe they should have contacted him a little ahead of time, been like, hey, man, we could... No, he died. He actually died in the movie.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they wouldn't have had a need for him.
Oh, there's no more John Connor?
No.
I thought he was like the savior. I got to go watch this, man.
Right,
I got to go watch this now.
Go watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to.
But by all rights, it was pretty good because some of them other movies were dang good.
Dude, T2 was sick. Like,
well, T1, T2.
Wow, you mean like the movies in between there? Like,
after that.
Yeah, I liked Rise of the Machines.
Rise of the Machines 3.
Yeah.
Whatever the other one was.
The one with the Christian Bale, the dude who played Batman.
Genesis?
I think that one was it.
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. But the one he was in, it was good too.
But there's like 5. There's the first 2, then 3 more, and then Dark Fate.
So there's 6 movies total.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like, yeah, they just like discredit them like that didn't happen. Which that's cool. That kind of played to the fans of the original.
Yeah, because I was kind of mad throughout the whole thing. Like, why the hell aren't I finding out what's happening after T2 like left off ever? You know what I mean? Like,
well, you do because you kind of get the story little by little from
the other movies, yeah.
And then they finally have the one with John in, and he's played by so many different people
in
different movies. That it's kind of hard to follow, but it's still good, the story they created. Would I totally dismiss those movies and just follow the timeline of 1, 2, and Dark Fate? Probably not.
Right.
But they did give fans of the original what they wanted with it, I think. I think they did a fairly good job. I heard some people say it was a flop. I don't know.
I'm going to check it out.
I'm not the critic or judge of that one.
Yeah, I want to check it out.
I ain't starting that rumor. We'll wait until you get more informed, then we'll start a rumor.
Yeah, then we'll do a real good one.
We'll get the milk churning full tilt.
Well, with that, man, you out of time?
Nah,
okay.
I got a minute.
Okay.
I think. Just another thing on the plate, because some people actually became famous with their shows.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, like
Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
American Pickers. These people, you see them in public, they're getting recognized, and then bigger shows.
Yeah, or bigger stars, like bigger athletes, stars. You know, whatever.
Could you imagine me and Michael Jordan?
That's the top one I can think of, like Michael Jordan, mid-90s, or like, you know, late 90s.
Or not even that, just now, today. Like, what are you getting harassed over?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you getting harassed over? Over your awesome basketball skills? That you're like pimping underwear?
Right.
Or that you sucked at what, baseball? Or golf? What did he try to do?
He played baseball, but he didn't suck, and he's a hell of a golfer. He didn't suck. He actually started out with like a 17-game hitting streak when he's...
Right, but if you take how he did there...
Yeah, but... Yeah, no.
Compared to the man that could fly in basketball.
Right, yeah. No comparison.
He didn't do as good.
No.
You know, or who's your dude from your...
Oh, Game of Thrones? Yeah, Kit Harington. Like I was saying, he was walking with his wife, the guy that played Jon Snow, one of the main characters. He was walking with his wife, and this is just what kind of brought this up in my head. And they took, you know, of course, paparazzi's following him around. Game of Thrones has been over a year now. You know what I mean? It's done. But
doesn't mean the fame's done.
No, this guy's just walking. They're taking their dog to the vet, and he like has a weird look on his face as he's setting the dog in the car, and they're like, is there love trouble between these two? Look at the look on his face. You're like, can you imagine being that read into every day because you had a sour look on your face for 36 seconds? Like, and maybe not even purposely. Like, everybody tells me at my new job that I look miserable all the time. I mean, I am, but I'm not that miserable, you know what I mean?
Jim, we got to employ the rumor mill builders. They got to have a job too.
I know. I'm just like, but I don't think I could handle
the
all
pressure,
that. No.
Everything that comes with it.
Yeah, and walking out my door and being like literally harassed from the time I walk out my door, like, no.
Good thing we're not famous.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think I would want that.
I don't think I would either.
And I can see, and just all the people through the course of this show. So many we brought up and so many we haven't. You know, like Milli Vanilli.
Mm-hmm.
We brought them up.
Yeah,
Just they get into it. They're throwing money at them, women, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, one ends up taking his own life afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that took that much of a toll on him.
And being told, like, no, don't go out there and try and actually perform. Go out there and lip sync.
Yeah, and like, okay, are you sure? Yeah, this is what you want. We want you to do. And like, okay, like,
yeah, no, man.
Nah. Yeah, and when you have money and people, like, with all that money and pressure like that, like, I don't know, a lot of people are gonna fold.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I probably even would, but like, I know I'd have a nervous breakdown probably a month and a half later because I'd be like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that.
No,
aspect, man.
No, leave me alone.
I mean, I think some fame could be okay, maybe on a local level.
No, local level's okay.
Or, you know, well-known, whatever.
That's what I mean, like, to be a good contributor.
Once you go national, worldwide.
No.
And you start, like, do you know how surprising that would be? Like, you're trying to get a burger or whatever, and somebody's like, hey, man, can I get your autograph? Or
yeah.
Trying to kind of take a picture.
I mean, I've been that guy before, you know, that you know, Joey from Lagwagon and Fat Mike's wife were eating.
Trying to get a picture.
Well, like, they actually saw that we were going to the show, so they, like, sat at the table next with us and conversed with us, and he was cool about getting a picture and stuff. The punk rockers, they kind of like it because they don't get the fame like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people, they walk by them and don't even know who they are. But now, you know.
Well, not only that, though, but if you think about it, with, like, Napster and the internet and so many people stealing music in movies and whatnot, even music videos. Okay. Like, a lot of bands have turned into, like, traveling t-shirt salesmen, like merchandise salesmen.
Yeah.
And they're making a lot of their money with people going to their shows, people showing up, people paying for meet and greets to meet so-and-so from the band, meet this other band. Like, that's how they're making a lot of their money. They're not making it from their record labels and that, because that shit don't fly no more. How the record labels used to do it.
No, or like iTunes or anything like that. They don't make dick off that stuff.
I mean, you can make money off iTunes.
Yeah, but I just don't think they make. I don't think their sales alone just off music is going to make them.
No, it's everything.
Yeah, it's branding yourself. You know what I mean?
Yourself getting out there, showing it to the world.
Like the Misfits or like one of the top or Kiss or something like that, branding the shit out of yourself.
Then but then there's like, how many times can you release the same album, call it something different?
Right. No, and I agree with that. Like, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, man, you've already released this. How many
times?
In the past?
Yeah, dude, I have
material.
I have a poster saying it's their farewell tour. It's 2001.
Right.
A poster. Now they were just supposed to do another farewell tour this year in 2020. So you've had almost 20 years of farewell tours.
Right.
Leave already. Okay.
Didn't they do that box set that was like per purchase it would be printed up, like a super collectible, and you had to pay like so much. It was like
thousands, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's
like, we're not making it unless you
want it. Yeah,
you got to pay for it. And it's like, that's only for the super fan.
Yeah, well,
Can't you do a slimmer version of that for all your other fans that have been there throughout the years?
Well, that's like my buddy Ben. Like, he has a Gene Simmons bass, and like he paid this bass. This was an $800 bass guitar.
Wow.
He didn't even know how to play bass until like I started showing him how. Like, he just had it as a collector's item. I'm like, you can't leave that bass sit there and not know how to play it. I'm like, bring it over.
Do it.
So I taught him a few things on it. But like, yeah, like that's just what I mean though. Like, the case was awesome, had Gene's face on it, with the tongue sticking out and all that. But he bought it literally as a collector's item, an $800 guitar.
That's bananas.
Yeah, man. Like,
but again, is it?
No, right. No, I've spent $300 on a Funko Pop before. So like, who's crazy? Like, at least he can use his guitar.
with that, I think if you're into collecting, you get into doing any of that stuff. So be it. Have fun doing it.
Yeah, no, it's been a great mind release for me anyway.
Just, don't lose your ass. Don't
overstep. Live within your means. Collect within your means.
I think most people can do that, but I think some people have trouble doing that exact thing, staying within their means and not just going all in on something.
Right. And I got to stop myself at times. Like I said, what I mean?
I have much restraint. I could have built up this studio a lot quicker.
Right. but you just, you know, you got to think
But
about.
I would have been broke and lost everything. Too,
Yeah.
and then not build anything more to it.
No, and if I don't have a house to put these toys in, what's the point of having a toy?
What's the point?
toys?
Yeah, right. What is the point? And with that, I think we can close this out.
All right.
Have a good, safe week out there.
Be excellent to one another. Continue that.
Yeah. that was a good one from last week and this week.
Yeah.
I like that.